Can you guys hear me? Hey, JP, can you hear me now? Dang, I've been talking the whole time. Oh my gosh. That sucks. Well, it's the first time that I did a stream to my car, so it actually audio was coming from my Bluetooth. So, dang it, that sucks. Well, that's fine. So I'll just start again. I got another 5-10 minutes, so let's try to do some clip notes on it. So I'm doing some door knocking on pre-foreclosure properties. So if people don't know what that means, is I'm finding homeowners in pre-foreclosure, and instead of cold calling them, which is actually calling on the phone, I'm actually going to their property and finding out if they need any help. So what I normally do is I'll give them a copy of the notice of default, and before I used to do a packet that I used to give them. I used to give them a packet. It was like a 40-page packet, and that can be very pricey, especially you get 30-40 leads that you're door knocking. It can be very pricey on a 40-page packet. So I decided to kind of cut it down, and obviously I have my website. So what I did is I inputted that packet into my website, where the homeowner, if they're interested, can go on there, plug their information in, submit, and they'll get automatically sent my number one, my credibility packet, and also the packet I made that gives them several options to get out of foreclosure. Dang it, man! Wish the damn mic was working before. But anyways, yeah. So so door knocking can be very for some people who's not used to it, can be pretty scary, because you're interacting with somebody that's in distress. That obviously, if you've never been in sales, never did any kind of like door knocking with other products, it can be kind of freaky. But at the end of the day, it's a change of mindset. So once I figured out that I'm here to help them out, we're trying to purchase a property and all that, make money on it. But there are some instances where they don't want to sell, they just want to keep the home. Maybe they want to do a loan mod, or something like that. So I've helped them through that, and you won't get any money for it, right? In the MARS Act, you can't charge for a loan mod, service for a loan mod on the front end. It's illegal to do that. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to charge them, because for me, the story behind it, how I helped them out of that situation, is worth way more than that, than the money I'll get for a loan mod. So, but if they don't want to do a loan mod, there's other options out there, like short sale, subject to, or just be dumped, just sell it, for a cash deal. But you have to go out there. You have to find the most pain for these sellers, which is the auction date coming up. And you got to think, once everybody knows, it's all public data. Once everybody knows it's going to auction, you got hundreds of investors throughout the country, really thousands, could potentially be, mail marketing them, calling them. They probably change phones. Most people change their phones because they're trying to hide from creditors and other people. Or if they see a number they don't know, they just don't answer it. In this strategy, they have no option, potentially just, they got to answer the door. You got a better chance. I guess they don't have to answer the door, but you got a better chance of interacting with them. But it's not a easy strategy. I mean, you got to go out there and talk to these homeowners, face to face. So since most people don't want to do that, that's probably the better strategy. Less competition, and I think you build better rapport by doing that. Sorry, I'm coming up to the property shortly here. 3 miles. Yeah, so this property right here, this is a pre-foreclosure. I've seen this property multiple times on the docket for auction, but it looks like it keeps being delayed. We got a new auction date of March 14th, which is about, you know, sorry guys, trying to find this property here. But anyways, yeah. So I've seen this property multiple times. It's been delayed, but you got a week now till it's going to auction. So they got to do something. So I don't know if they live there. We'll find out shortly. But what I'll do is I'll try to pull up and move the camera so you can see me walking up to the property. Let's see here. So nice little neighborhood. A lot of these houses are brick veneer siding. Um, great neighborhood. Yep, I remember this house. I might have already door knocked it back in the day. Surprising, it still hasn't gotten auction yet. Interesting. But these are the type of properties I like. I like subdivision homes, 3-2 brick style, 2-car garage. Oh, thanks, JP. Appreciate that, man. 5. Three. Switch the cameras around here. See my cracked windshield there. All right. So you can see it's a really nice, really cute little house there. Doesn't look like anybody's home though, unfortunately. All right, so looks like the homeowners are not there, but definitely somebody's living there. I could hear the dog inside. So yep, auction date is March 14th. So what I'll do is I'll come back later on today. So, normally what I do is I'll put in my CRM as a follow-up, and because the auction date coming up so soon, is I'll come back here every day, until the auction happens, because they can still stop the foreclosure if they file for bankruptcy and all that. But yeah, this is a great house and a great neighborhood, and they got to do something. So they may have already done a loan mod. Not too sure, um, but we'll find out. Like I said, I'll come back later on this afternoon, probably around like 5 o'clock, and try and make contact with them again. So okay, cool. On to the next one. This is an amazing house right here, though. Oh man. All right, let's see. Go to the next house. So what I normally apologize. It's not the greatest flow of a video. This is my first time doing it live here, so I apologize. Next one, I'll try to make better. But I really just wanted to kind of show you guys, what I do on a door knock, and maybe just answer any question you guys have. So if you have any questions, just put it in the chat. I'll try to answer it. But I'm telling you, this is the best way of, building rapport and trust with a homeowner. By actually, talking to them face to face. Some of my best leads, came from door knocking. Oh man, it's just so sad though. I mean, the house, going to auction a house like that, you never know what their situation is, right? But it's just really sad. But some people on these door knockings, they put like a door hanger, some type of flyer, on the property, and that works too. Especially if they're not home. Obviously, you want to leave something, right? You think. I don't know the percentage of response. What's the response for leaving some type of flyer or door hanger? But it can be a bad thing to do that. It does cost money and all that. So if you can afford it in your budget, you can go to Fiverr or something like that and have them create the graphic for a door hanger, and then just go to your local print shop and get it for you. Yeah, if you don't duck, you don't. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's definitely if you're an introvert like myself, it's always uncomfortable, right? Um, this is not, I don't like doing this. To be honest with you, it gets me uncomfortable. But you got to practice. Practice makes perfect, and the more practice you do, you don't really feel too much um, of the anxiety. Plus, you get so used to it. It's like training, right? You do repetition. The training kicks in, and you don't even notice, that you're nervous or you're anxious about it. But it is. I'm here to help them out, right? Like I want to help them out. It makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to talk to them, and then you know what you're doing. I mean, you know how to get them out of the situation. So use that knowledge, right? You're providing a service to them. You're getting them out of a foreclosure. By either doing subject to paying out, reinstating the loan, or loan mod if they want to, short sale. There's a bunch of different options they have, but you need to find out what their bunny is, which means what is their pain, what is their issue. You solve that. Let's see here. There's some fastest way. I'm gonna take a left. anybody else have any questions on door knocking? I'll probably just do this last one here and I'll quit. But I'm telling you guys, you guys need to go out there and knock doors. It's not expensive. I mean, you do gotta obviously pay for the gas to get you there, but other than that, that's it. You don't have to have a printout. I like having some type of printout. I like having a printout of the notice default. So if they say oh, my house is not going to auction, I'm like, oh, well, this is a notice default filed at the courthouse with your property, with the auction date on there. So there's no way around it. So now what? What are you going to do? You're just going to let it go? Are you trying to save the house? I mean, what's the situation? A lot of these homeowners, they don't know what to do. They're overwhelmed, right? And even if they have an idea what to do, they're so depressed and kind of just give up. It's a lot of trauma, going through that. So be that person to take the brunt of that work for them, right? Make it less harder for them, right? They need to see a light. Right now, they see as darkness a lot. Right? They see no hope. You give them just a glimpse of hope, like, I can get you out of this. It's just, a bump in the road. We'll close this chapter. Once it's out of your way, imagine the burden that's going to be off your shoulders. They'll spin it that way. Spin it into a positive. And they may be more than willing to, ask for your help. They see that you're literally trying. You really care. And what I tell people is, you don't have to show sympathy. Show empathy. You don't feel sorry for them. You feel what they're going through. Or if you understand that, you can show empathy without showing sympathy. At the end of the day, they, a lot of the times they did it to themselves, right? But sometimes they're, maybe because it's a divorce or something, maybe they lost their job because of COVID or whatever that was out of their control. So empathize and repeat, verbally articulate their situation to them. Like, man, I can't imagine, that job doing that to you. I can't imagine you, not being able to make your payments. I can't imagine all these people calling you. I bet you there's like 1,000 investors like myself calling you every day. It's probably overwhelming. Feel for them. Be in their shoes. And then articulate that to them. There's a good chance that they're gonna give you a chance to help them. At what point? Sorry, Cody, I can't read. Getting old. At what point in the foreclosure process is it too late for you to help them? I mean, you could literally help them on the 11th hour. I mean, if a bankruptcy attorney, say the auction is at 12 noon, if you get a bankruptcy attorney that is normally open up around 8 o'clock, 9, you get them to file paperwork for bankruptcy. They can call the trustee in a couple hours and foreclose it, do a stay. They call it an automatic stay. So automatically stop, or at least not temporarily stop the foreclosure until they work out some type of bankruptcy solution. They still got to figure out if they're going to do a chapter 7, chapter 13, all that. But once they file it, it automatically stays foreclosure. Good question though. Good question. Man, I haven't heard from you in a while, Cody. Where are you at now? trying to get her? Are you in Korea? Cody is used to be one of my coworkers when I was in the military. I think he went to Korea, I believe. So hopefully he's thinking about getting a real estate. That's good. About 7 minutes away. Thanks, I appreciate that. Again, this live video is not the greatest. I apologize, but I'll get better on the next one here. But yeah, I would say if any of you guys are trying to get into real estate, highly recommend that you just find somebody in your area who does real estate and you to them, right? Help them out what they need, and they'll show you how to the ins and outs of the trade. There's negotiating, the underwriting, the transaction coordinating, finding private money lenders, a lot of people, a lot of these new investors, they get frustrated because there's so many ways of making money in real estate, so many different strategies. For me, when I first started, I did a lot of trying for dollars and all that. And honestly, I don't know if it was me, but I just never had that much luck on it. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I closed one deal on a drive for dollars. Now, other people were driving for dollars and found properties that me, but for me personally, I never actually found one myself. I don't think. Look back, but I'm just trying to focus on the road here. We're almost there. I must have took the wrong turn earlier. Nice little neighborhood right here. There's a house. A cute little house here. See, this is the best. Coming here at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's probably nobody here. right, so one thing when you're doing these door knocks, make sure you stand 6 to 8 feet away from the door. You don't want to be like right up at the door. So that's one thing. Number one, just protect yourself. You know if they got a gun and all that, but I was inside there. House looks somewhat vacant, so it looks like somebody moved some of the furniture in there, but the lights are still on. So it's hard to tell if somebody's still living there or not. I tried to go knock on the neighbor's door to try to get some info from them, but they didn't answer it as well. But again, this is a good lead. So if they got power, I mean, if they did leave, it wasn't that much long ago. So I'll definitely keep this in my CRM. I'll probably come back again later on this afternoon on these two properties. But let's see. Can I do another one here? Let's do one more. Got some time. All right, we'll do maybe one or two more. I want to be able to capture an interaction with the seller, but again, that's the thing with doing it around 1 or 2 o'clock. So maybe that's another lesson for you guys. You never know. You might get lucky, but for today, I had to really only time I had today to do it. I got some other things later this afternoon I got to take care of. But so if you're gonna do it during the weekday, maybe do it around If any other questions. We've got about under 7 minutes or so. So it's probably 6 minutes. Yeah, the last property was it's a nice little property right there. This is my favorite. Like I said, 3-2s, 2-car garage, brick veneer, 2,000 and up. Most of those houses, they'll cash flow to $200-$300 net every month. Just got to get those people at the door, So yeah, let me just rehash again. So when you're doing these door knocking strategies, make sure you have, obviously a list, of properties that, for me, that are going to auction. So you want to have some type of pane there. Once you get these properties, get the list of them. There's different apps out there. Have your most streamlined route to take. More efficient route to take. Because like I said, there could be 30, 40 of these properties that you're going to door knock. So you want to be able to be as efficient as possible on the route. So Road Warrior is what I use. Works very well. And then make sure you don't have to. Like I said, you really don't need any documentation. But I like providing some type of documentation to the seller at the door. Number one, maybe a copy of the notice of fault, and maybe a document that shows several options. So before I used to have like a 40-page packet I used to give them, but that was pretty pricey. So I just kind of tailor down to 1 or 2 pages, and then just forward them in the 2-page document. Just forward them to my website where they can get that 11 option guide, basically a 40-page 11 option guide that goes through each of the scenarios and or different options that they have to get them out of whatever situation they're in. So it's made it a little bit easier, a little more efficient. But at the end of the day, I don't care if you have the documents, you still got to talk to them and you got to build that rapport. And you're not trying to close the deal in the first time, right? The first door knock. It takes time. So maybe second, third, fourth, fifth conversation. Sorry about that, guys. Again, the stream went bad there for a second. Apologize. up on that right now. That's definitely 17. Yikes. Oh, this house needs some work right here. Let's see if I can, it's really hard to see that. Let's see. Oops. there. But what I normally do is I'll uh, um, like talk um, talk to the neighbor to the right, very nice. Too.